but Jungle Man bet that the Earth was flat for something like, you know, he was getting such good odds that he did it. He bet $300 at 15 million to 1 or something crazy. Remember that? Do you know that?
I was not there.
Do you know the story?
If she has the 7 of hearts,
Doug.
you win 1,000.
Jungle Man bet that the Earth was flat. He took the long. Somebody gave him a long bet, whatever it's called. You know where he?
No, I thought the bet was that you had it.
All right, so Casella made it 300 with King Jack. Let's try to get back into some semblance of organization here.
No. I want to hear if the Earth is flat.
You're still waiting on
Jungle
that?
Man bet 15,000 or 15 million to 1 or something that the Earth was flat because he was getting such a good price. He said, "I had to bet the $300 because
Sorry. He bet that it was flat.
He was going to get paid huge. He thinks it's round, but the odds they gave him were so good, he said, I couldn't resist it. He bet a couple $100. I don't know if that's urban folklore or true, but I heard.
I thought he bet that it was not. I heard this bet, but I thought that he bet that it was round.
Yes.
I mean, it's 50-50, so if you're going to get odds, you got to take that side.
No, he profits if it becomes flat. He actually hedged. He believes it's round, but the bet was so good.
I don't actually understand what side he has.
Phil has changed 3 different times what side.
Financially.
Which side did Jungle have?
Financially has one side,
he wins
emotionally
a lot
has a different side.
if the world is flat, but he believes the world is round. But
Okay,
he took
well,
such
look, the world is round, so we're
Right,
not
but
saying believes it's round. The world is round, so that's the first thing. Second thing, he bet that it was flat because I talked to him and I thought that he bet that it was round.
Oh, he bet that it was round. He's paying the 15
yes, if it's
million
flat,
to 1.
He loses.
Oh.
You guys have got to be kidding.
Okay, that would make more sense.
Hey, Phil, you were put to the test.
Avi raising.
Avi, you're all in?
Yeah.
No, he's not. You are.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess I'm not good enough. I have to call, right? I guess I call.
Yeah, you have to call.
Do you have a set?
No.
Okay, good.
Have you met Avi?
Oh.
Doesn't have a set. Yes.
Do you have a set?
Run it twice?
Yes,
once?
big time twice. That way I can maybe
They're
win
going to
one
run it
for sure.
twice.
Boom.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, he does have a set now.
That one's you. Now I'm going to try and win this one. This is the one I'm going to try and win. Take these away. This is garbage.
Yikes.
Just give me 2 fresh new cards.
Very unlikely Phil will lose, too.
No, Avi.
Two tens left in the deck. That's all the luck you get for your entire life.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you might as well just get a rack and walk away from the table.
That might have been the worst boom of all time. That might have actually been the nut low boom.
And to amorphisize inanimate objects is fine too, because it expresses who we are as humans. You know?
Man, I cannot wait till Phil Laak gets his own TED Talk.
We're intuitive, empathic beings.
I don't think he has stopped talking at the table. He might actually be giving one right now.
Phil is so bright, I can't even
understand. We're pack animals. All of our brain neurons, 8 billion, whatever you have firing, we're all firing against each other, changing, learning, morphing, as we're all a big collective, you know.
Wow, that's an action flop. Set for Schambacher, top pair, and the nut flush draw for Laak.
Raise makes it 19.
I foresee more chips going in the middle. And I don't have a connection to the mothership through the goggles, but I'm guessing there's more money that's going to go in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think you need it for this one.
You're in there, huh? Dude, can you do me a favor? Don't just flesh that flat. If that's the word, fleshing. Yeah, thanks. Can you just leave it like that? I just want to sort of
It's easier for the neurons to fire into a pleshed pot. More surface area for the free radicals to get pleshed.
There's like 4,600 out there, so I have to bet 4,150, which is kind of like a pleshing bet.
Actually, there was 4,800, but, you know, I'm not going to question a part alien.
It's way more likely we got it wrong than him.
It's times like this that sometimes my opponents wonder if the mothership is within the reception cycle or an elliptical part where it's sort of out of reception.
Could be out in the middle of the Atlantic.
Don't be ridiculous, the Atlantic.
Are you the one commanding that ship, or do they?
Oh, no.
You're not commanding it? They don't listen to you at all? Are you like one of the dumbest people on the ship, or are you the...
I'm just tuned into what's going on the ship. They talk about poker.
They do?
Oh, they're watching it. They're piped in. What do you think, these cameras and wires that go into that area, and then they do the satellite hop with the Wi-Fi enable, whatever?
The hop and the enable.
7,750.
I like the raise. Phil's got something probably, and you want to make him pay.
Do you want me to put it in? Wow, what if you have a set of aces?
Well, we've already got our biggest pot of the night, and we haven't even gotten to the river yet.
By the way, Phil has outs to the nuts and a hand that could very well be the best
Big
hand.
pot of brewing, huh?
There are a lot of chips in the middle as it's ballooning now to 28,000.
9 of spades on the river. Mothership. Doesn't need to tell me that.
That is gross for kings, but I think I can hear them cheering in the mothership from here.
It's like a dull whistle.
I think we all hear it differently, maybe.
I'm all in. How much is it? This is the wall of chips, young man. You'll meet the wall from time to time.
Hello, Walls.
Well, Jack Schombacher, what's it going to be?
Think about the baby.
I fold. You win.
Oh, that has to hurt.
Good fold, Dad. Whew.
Here's what we're
It's easier to enter the game. You come in.
The straddle is on. Elke raising blind under the gun. It's going to get him positioned before the flop.
It's really not a big deal.
No.
But I think it's better this way.
Phil Laak limps in with ace-jack. Esfandiari with ace-jack suited makes it 500. Phil Laak to 45.50.
These two guys have the same hand. These two. This is so them.
You might as well get it all in because the fear of me having 2-7 is too strong in your veins. I can feel it. You don't want to see the 2-7. The only way out is to go all in.
Yesterday. Jamie 4-bet is the 2-7.
That's your way out.
I don't think he's folding.
How much more is it? 4?
Yeah, 4.
Antonio's only in this hand for $500.
I like how the game is starting. It's pretty strong already.
We got some feisty players in here.
A re-raise from Antonio goes to 8,600.
And normally, if this was any other two players, I would say they're turning ace-jack into a bluff, but against each other, I have no idea.
Just toss a 50 in there or something, yeah.
He raised 13? I can't see it. Oh, it's 4. Are those purples or 5s? Okay, yeah. So
4,000.
6, 7, 8.
14.
Yeah, 4, 5.
Make no mistake, Chris, when this happens in real life, you're supposed to fold.
Okay, all in.
Not move all in.
Ace-jack offsuit, that is your opportunity to say goodbye.
I mean, the first 4,000 shouldn't have gone in.
We have to see him.
I don't have a very good hand. I'm embarrassed.
Really? We don't have to do that here?
We're going to see in 15 minutes anyway.
I mean, you have to see one hand at least, probably.
Deal.
You're going to maybe see one hand.
Somebody wants to
They're both too embarrassed to show.
Ace, I don't know. Probably not good. Maybe it's good. You might have a set of queens. Now I have to fade queens.
This is so funny. They both think they're going to win this pot. Oh!
Yeah, I might not be good.
Now they're both going to think they're losing.
You like to chop?
No, you have ace king. It's going to be.
You want to chop or no?
You don't have a choice.
Yes or no?
No.
Well, how?
It is a chop.
Like, you
Fucking knucklehead gets 15,000 with ace jack. What an idiot.
I thought I was ahead or chopping.
Yeah. When I re-raise you there, your hand's like really good.
Keep putting it in with ace jack. Let's see how far you go.
What a numbnuts. By the way, that was really well played. Just raise a 4,000 with the ace jack. Like just to win 500 and like some of the time you lose your whole stack. You were so hopeless. It's amazing.
When we come back,
because there's an absolutely riveting story happening right now about hair color.
My father, who I got the premature gray from, like, you know, genetically, doesn't have gray hair because he colors it. So I'm around with my dad, who doesn't have gray hair, and I do. It's kind of unnatural, right?
I'm sure your phone is ringing off the hook. Better answer it. Hey, it's Hollywood on the line. They want to turn your hair color story into a movie. 50 Shades of Premature Gray.
Now it's like the first time I saw it at all was like late.
I love Locke's goggles on the Avatar. You know, he's actually only wearing those because he refuses to miss new episodes of the Vanderpump Rules. Is it Vanderpump Rules or the Vanderpump Rules? I don't know. Spoilers.
He's going goggles, I gotta go glasses.
Aces for David Silverman.
Goggles versus glasses.
They even have Bluetooth in them. I mean, that's the cool thing about it.
Please don't touch the goggles.
Polyurethane. No, they really are state of the art.
Typoid 7.
And look at that. Phil Laak flops a set of 7s, but Silverman's got the flush option.
I'm coming in a second, Schwartzy.
275 from Laak.
Take a back seat sometimes. We gotta hear the premature grace.
I actually don't hate this raise.
You put on your shades right at the beginning of the sand, too. And you made some comment, and I remember thinking at the time, I wish I'd heard what he said.
I'm with you, buddy.
I said, I put my glasses and said, oh, shades versus goggles.
Shades versus goggles.
Hilarious.
The goggles, they do nothing.
Shades versus goggles. That feels like it's the key to the end of the hand, you know?
Where is he from, dude? Like XR826?
All right, Bagel. I called you, Bagel.
Is it? Yeah, bro.
Laak calls the raise.
I know.
Phil is like.
Oh, no.
So Silverman gets there with the nut flush. Man, this will be hilarious if they put the straight flush out there.
9 1/4.
Phil's still betting. I guess he must expect he's getting raised on the flop by a lot of non-club overpairs.
Shades called.
And here comes the river.
Shades, what do you want for that last card to come out?
6 of clubs.
Of course, right?
No, come on.
Wow.
Stop.
What a bunch of horse nonsense. So if
I'm all in.
Oh, can he actually bluff Phil off a chop? I love it. Shades versus goggles rules.
Wow, you dirty dog. That's what I wanted to do. If he checked, I would do that. So if I was sitting there and I had the 10 of clubs, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to check, hoping that my opponent hangs himself, because he can't call an all-in, because I would have the blocker to the 10 of clubs.
Just for clarification, they both have a straight flush.
Wow, that's a strong argument to calling to chop, but that's pretty gross.
Silverman's put him in a worse spot than when your girl asks to look something up on your phone.
Buster Douglas, I think it was a 40.
Sure, go ahead. Just be quick about it. Just gonna watch what you do, make sure you don't have any typos.
Okay, what I'm about to do, I don't advise this at home. There's a theory in gambling called score sheet decision making. Right now I'm up around 3K, up stuck 7, because I was up 10 at one point. If I play this and I get it wrong, I now become legitimately stuck.
I like to call this, by the way, Phil Logic. It's logic, but Phil Laak style.
I'd be stuck 21K, and I'd be very embarrassed. The embarrassment when he doesn't have the 10 of clubs and it was a chop is not that bad. I lose 2,500. I'm very happy for the man. I'll get him later, maybe. But it would hurt so bad if I was wrong. That pain, that's why he can do this play. This is genius. But I'm in such pain. This hurts so much. But I'm just gonna do the painful move.
Makes perfect sense to me. Solid logic.
If you show the bluff, it's just...
Can you show it?
I can maybe show one. I'm not sure.
Show him the red one. Show him the red one, Vinny. Come on.
I made a score sheet.
Skipping some of the PLOs.
Live straddling. Calm down, everyone. I mean in the game.
Yeah.
But it's only like 30% to happen.
Yeah. The thing is, yeah, hopefully everyone will wake up one day in some cruel twist of fate.
Live, make it 12.
Going 5-handed to this flop.
Punish me for
Block the original razor. Called by Merson. Called by Helmut. Called by Lee. Called by Lowry.
Pop it up to 14.
Flop is check 7, Jack 6. Couple of hearts on board.
2, 3, 4, 5. Nobody has a heart draw.
Straight draw for Phil Laak.
Up and down, yeah, okay.
That looks like one of those multi-way flops.
Check. It was top pair for Merson on the flop. Check. No longer on the turn.
Check.
Merson's still the favorite.
Lots of free checking to the river.
Check. 2 pair for Merson on the river, but that ain't the card he wanted to see. Bill Lee and Phil Laak both river straight.
Laak's got the losing end. Bill Lee's got the business end.
22 1/4.
I was gonna say, it's pretty tough to know your beat here with 8-9. You're only losing the King-9 and Ace-King.
I'm all in.
I'm the worst.
Now it's easier to know you're losing.
I don't know. Just gonna see it. I just want to see it.
I love when a guy like Bill Lee is in the hand. I really didn't see the hand getting played out this way.
Oh, I'm a POW.
POW? Prisoner of war? Piece of work?
Payoff wizard.
Oh, payoff wizard. Man, Phil Laak is the best.
Poker night in America at Seminole Hard Rock, Hollywood, Florida, with Joe Stapleton. I'm Chris Hansen.
I think, or 9.5. No more. It's in between.
Looks like we're going to get to watch the world's greatest Phil Hellmuth play a hand.
Pocket kings for the great one.
Everyone got 2 cards, yep. 4 of us have 2 cards.
And a quick straw poll says that nearly 90% of the people at home are calling for hearts on this flop.
And they've got them.
Oh, man. Still, why always an ace in the flop when you have kings? Gah!
Alec Trelli bet 600. Phil Laak calls with his draw. And now to Helmuth. He calls.
Phil's ahead, but he's going to have to fade hearts.
Well, now the second ace is actually good for Phil Helmuth, if you ask me.
Yeah, not a terrible card for kings. Checks around.
Oh, boy. That's really an interesting river.
All you people at home wishing for hearts, you forgot about the biggest heart of all, Phil Helmuth's. I mean, how does Alec not bet this? How did Laak not?
Sir, my name's Phil. What's your name?
Joel.
Joel.
I feel like I shake your hand.
Joel.
I can't.
You can't shake my hand? Can you fist bump? Pleasure to meet you, Joel. Did Alec bet 2 yellow checkers?
I'm glad that he went with the earthly handshake or fist bump. You should see his intergalactic greeting. It's gross.
He bet 2 yellow checkers. I have yellow checkers.
Oh, Phil is so good. Even though he's got the nut flush, he knows it's pretty tough to get a raise paid off by worse.
Helmuth and his small stack is in.
Sometimes it
1,050.
Sometimes it falls apart, you know?
Sometimes it can't be a bluff.
Joel, can you pull in 2K from all the players involved in this hand?
And shake by hand. Just joshing you, Joe, but seriously, shake it.
Thanks.
Just couldn't say no to those pot odds.
I mean, I don't know how I could ever fold.
King's full.
We know. Unfortunately, they were getting like 10 to 1.
Yeah, and there goes the flushes down the toilet.
Yeah, I saw see those, yeah.
All right, Doug Polk's going to start. Makes it 150 with ace-9.
Thanks.
Locks in. The Schwartz is not with us.
All right, we got some Sean Deeb in now. 4 or 5 of hearts.
And Ave Maria.
A lot of respect going on.
All right, 5 players to the flop. Flop's 8-8-9. Nice flop for Avi Freeman.
Check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that qualifies as
flop.
nice, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Doug's going to take a shot with top pair. And Phil Laak's going to take more of a shot. Raising it with no pair, no draw, queen high. And no matter what Avi does here, he's going to look strong. He's elected to call. There's not a ton of draws out there either, so it's hard to be getting semi-bluffed here. And Doug refusing to fold ace-9.
What is the turn?
Wow. So, one of the biggest draws just got there on the turn, the Jack-10. However, 2 more huge draws just developed for Phil. This is just such a weird turn card. Phil went from having no pair, no draw, to having all kinds of draws.
Tough part is he's not there yet.
All in? I call.
Lock all in. Avi snap calls.
Queen high. 2 times? You have full house, right? Yeah. Okay. 0 times.
You can run it 0 to as many cards are left in the deck. It is not going to change.
And you want to say, how are these poker players so good? They just are. Like, Phil Laak knew immediately what it was.
Let's do it twice.
You sure?
Avi wins the first one. Avi wins the second one.
Give me 500.
That was a joke. I paid you 500 for the second one.
You really don't like when I bet small.
Chuck, this hand's not about you. Let Avi have his moment. Told you.
Value hand.
So.
I thought you had a value hand that wasn't an ace,
So it
but
really
it was
is
lower than that
different.
with the pair, like either the top pair
Avi
pre-ace
straddling.
It's not World Book or
Well, what's really
Lady Kings for Phil Laak.
Lumpy.
with the protocols
tell you
that
that.
Wikipedia
It was a
put
please
in.
call me 600.
Yeah.
I didn't really. It wasn't a please call though.
It was.
wasn't
You're
that
probably
excited
going to
about
call because you have a hand, and here, take the money.
Well,
you just
call
bullying?
please
I had the
Phil?
worst ace. Well, no, ace.
Are you bullying? Or you have a hand?
And not quite a monster for
The only
Avi,
time I
who
really bully is when you
defends
come in
and
for small
flops a
bets.
very dangerous top
And
pair.
that's gone well.
And that's gone terribly well.
I check.
Did, but I wasn't thinking.
Check the flop. Whoa, it's another jack and now a full house for Friedman.
Terrible flop for Avi.
Like you can just go.
Great turn for
It's like
Avi.
one of those cartoons where the head is in a...
Terrible river for Avi.
Oh, man.
Just can't even help it.
All in.
All in.
Take it. I am in super cherry bomber mode, and this is a very bad move, and I wish I didn't do it. That makes it worse.
Wow, that's a tank.
I call.
I was lying to you. I actually wanted you to call.
You were lying.
Yes, at poker I'll do that
You
occasionally.
were lying, Phil.
Full straight out.
Phil, I just didn't think you were that kind of guy.
I had to get everything I could. At a poker table,
This would be.
that's okay to say the bullshit at
This
the poker
would be
table, right?
a
Why
Deeb
am I doing
all-time
this? I'm
slow
like,
roll. This would make Sean Deeb
Oh,
proud.
he's got the jack! Oh, no!
No!
I accept.
I don't know.
If you have the jack, I accept. I love you either way.
I know he's not.
How
I know
cool
he's
would
not.
that be,
I know
though?
he's not.
No, Avi would
Don't
never
have it.
do
If you
that.
have it,
He
I'm
would
okay.
never do
Listen.
Because I'm going to do business with you in the future, and I know I'm going to grow my empire, so it's
With
okay.
Sean gone,
Even when
I
you whack me
can,
with the
I
10.
can tell you guys.
style, that's not
With
his
Sean gone, I can tell you guys. I hate slow rolls, but I would have respected that.
Poker Night in America blinds at 25 and 50. You're going to see all kinds of straddle action. And first hand tonight, we're right there with Frank Cassell in seat 7.
Frank the Tank. I call him that because he's big and green.
This is Avi Friedman. He raises to 300.
Avi.
Phil Laak raises, as Phil Laak does, with Queen 5 spades.
Phil must be bored.
Either that or he knows something that we don't.
It's not like anyone would ever know what cards are coming out, Chris.
Sometimes they change.
I hear you. Flops 4, Queen Deuce. Laak did flop top pair, but Friedman's got an overcard and the wheel draw.
And the backdoor diamonds.
Phil Laak now makes trip queens.
What a turn card.
All kinds of action should be going on here. That qualifies.
Wow, I should be able to fold this. 6,000.
Well, you certainly can't fold.
I mean, you might have... Could you ever have just a draw here? Show me a card.
Do not show him a card.
He must be watching
How do you
Phil's
feel about
video
your
with
hand
the
now?
fall. You weren't here. You left when I kept. Phil played 13 hands in a row with a 5. And, Doug.
Twice?
Sure.
All right. It's going to be run twice.
2 times.
Big draw.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hi.
There we go. I don't know.
That was not the card I expected to see.
First one goes to Phil.
Oh, I need to win something, maybe. Half is good. I'm happy with half.
I'm not in the booth.
Second one goes to Phil.
Awesome.
That's hard to do against Avi. Trust me, I've got a lot of experience. I've got a lot of experience. I got a lot of experience not winning 2 or 1 out of 2.
You want me to buy you a cheeseburger or anything?
No, I'm going to go with you guys to wherever you're going.
No, but it's 2 hours till dinner. You want a snack?
Oh, it's 2 hours to dinner?
No, I'm fine. My hand's great. I'm pretty happy to get it in again.
Looks like an overpair to me. He gave my heart's racing. He gave the speech as if he had the overpair.
Yeah, sometimes he does. It's hard to have an overpair though.
There's a rule you're not allowed to have that much money. You have to distribute it evenly around the table.
Yeah, you have to pay the blinds for at least 1 round now. So
I'm in.
I've had plenty of days where it's the opposite. Nobody paid me blinds.
Phil Laak raises to 400 with Jack 3.
in poker night, if you get over 40,
It's not a premium hand, so you're hoping to get Locky.
1 round.
I don't think he's hoping to get Locky at all. I think that he's planning on barreling this all the live long day and bluffing off these 2 ladies.
Still isn't any good.
That's why.
Or
Or
that. Come
Saw me
on.
limp under the gun, considering raising.
I thought that was
Just what kind of HUD is inside that ski mask?
I mean, same as he has
Wasn't it just about 8 minutes ago he got a letter that was delivered to him by somebody at
Raise the Jack 3.
I'm sorry, but I don't buy any of this.
So not a great, like not the best run out. I mean, obviously McDiamond, which is great. But.
Luckily for Daniels and Taylor Braden, neither one of them are catching anything.
Should like it on the river too.
Phil's not going to let this check around a second time. Time to start building a pot. Just the way his alien overlords built those pyramids thousands of years ago.
Exactly, and put all those rocks in that
last time that he
formation.
overbet the pot, he was bluffing. So I
Yeah.
thought I was gonna raise him actually.
You
with
get,
king high.
I mean, obviously king
On the
4-4.
flop, I'm like really happy
you
with my
saved,
hand.
he saved so much money.
He might have like
you would've gotten stacked,
seven
for
of
sure.
diamonds, and he's just drawing really slim.
What was your figure? For what?
I would
What
have
you
done
have?
the same thing.
10-8 of diamonds. He's just drawing dead.
Yeah.
Against my hand.
Yep. I can't fold to.
Abby
what,
Daniels
4-7?
could station
That's actually
here.
a big fold 'cause I have a worse
Sixes are
score
going to
for
be
it.
the best hand a fair amount of the time.
I mean,
The board kicker.
Daniels
No, but, like-
folds over to Ite. She just pops it
Oh
up.
yeah, that's true on the turn.
The important thing is that when you're going to wait a long time to play a hand, make sure you bet into the near nuts when you're drawing dead.
He could also just be drawing.
Good
dead.
fold, by the
Just
way,
have
Abby
king
Daniels.
four.
Way to get out of the way.
Or Jack's fold.
You had king 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far you've had king 4.
I almost called the river, but because I know you folded a 4, but I just knew he didn't have me beat, so I shoved. I should never raise the river there.
I thought there was like a 2% chance of kings full.
No, he goes all in with kings on the river.
Oh.
He's never gonna bet 60.
Lock wastes no time making the call.
If he went all in, I would have like thought about folding. Like, legitimately thought about folding. If he went all in, I would have been like, oh.
I mean, the good news is at least she didn't get sucked out on. I mean, a pair of deuces had her beat, so.
That is true. Absolutely nothing for Ite, but
Put it right.
I gave
none.
credit. I filled
Correctly.
the top pair. Like
missing the
zero
fourth
credit. It's insane.
Randy made the correct decision.
Yeah, he was right too.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, that's
What
why you
percent
get. That's
did
why
you
you get no credit.
Weighted AOT. What
If you turned up
percentage
10-10 there, you get more
The
credit.
AOT part came in.
Put at least 25.
8-9. Yeah, he's drawing dead.
A little more.
That'll do it.
God, that's so sick.
No one believes it.
And then he turned gin. Absolute gin.
Absolute gin.
No, and then
3-7.
like river, it's like no.
Oh, maximum
How do you lose on
torture.
that river?
I didn't like the turn.
4.
I mean, I didn't think you had a 7. It was just such a bad turn card.
Thing is, for 2,300, if he checked the turn, he could check back and save 3,000.
That's right. That's
Yeah, by the way, I was going to check
Yeah.
because there's no version of him folding now.
No.
My 8 high is no good.
You might as well save the
I was like, well, if
3,000.
he checks, I'm checking for sure. If I miss, I'm giving up. 3,000 is 3,000.
So Phil Laak's going to try
That's a lot
his
of
luck
diapers.
with 7 deuce against
say.
the kings from Esfandiari.
Oh, man, I think Antonio is likely to get out of the hole a little bit here. Phil's not going to give up on this easily. He's going to think this is a great board to rep his 7 deuce bluff on.
700 was the bet from Antonio. Quick call from Laak. There's maybe a card that Laak thinks he can bluff with.
Is that are you the fruit
Absolutely.
guy? You don't have you're not the fruit guy, right?
It's a terrible thing to call someone guy.
Nice. Great line.
Yes, yes,
Dustin's the fruit guy?
Does Phil make his move here? We know he'd be just chucking it into the abyss.
He's the weirdest guy in the world.
He is so weird, but he is the best
He's so
ever. And to use some of Antonio's words, I see no version of this where Antonio folds. Now this is getting juicy.
Here we go.
21,500 in the middle.
Phil Laak will be first to act after we see the river.
So some draws just got there, but not enough that Antonio would really be any more worried.
I check.
Phil's just checked. That means he's either giving up or he's gonna go for some sort of check raise bomb.
And that would be massive because at this point, a bet from Antonio's got to be rather sizable. Yeah. 20,000.
Those pink chips are the big ones.
Wow, why didn't I just check call, check call, check call? Can't do that, right? Randy wouldn't have check called. Randy would just put in the money. And just curious, got to see what he has. But it's gonna hurt if he shows me a bluff, Dan O'Brien. Oh, it's gonna hurt.
Wow. Oh, please show 7 deuce. I'll be happy to pay you 200 for that one.